Ever since I bought the iPhone 15 Pro, I took way more photos and videos with it than I have ever anticipated. And it's not only because it's a powerful camera, which it obviously is, but also because it's a small one that is always with you and always is in your pocket. But it wouldn't be possible without necessary applications. Here are all the creative apps on my iPhone. Let's start with Lightroom. It would be safe to say that it's my favorite application on my phone and I use it most of the time to edit my photos. Mobile version of Lightroom is almost an exact copy of the desktop one, with the exception of a couple of features that I rarely use. It has all the tools that I use and supports necessary formats. I usually start off by applying one of my presets, then do some masking, some corrections, and just export it to my camera roll. Sure, sometimes I use Lightroom on my desktop, but usually mobile version is enough for my editing. Lightroom covers most of my needs, but sometimes I want to spice the things up and just do some light editing and post some photos on my personal channel and, I don't know, keep the memories a little bit more bright than they are. In these cases, I use Dazz Cam. It's a very interesting tool that applies film-like simulations on your photos and even videos. And the one thing that I don't like is that you can't control anything in it. Sure, some people would call it an advantage that you just press a button and you suddenly have a couple of photos that look like they were taken on Polaroid or some other cameras from the big collection of Dazz Camera. But I want sometimes to have a bit more control, so that is why probably I use Dazz Cam only for my personal photos and stuff like that, not for my main channel and other socials. Speaking about editing video, I do it in DaVinci Resolve on my laptop, but when I need to cut something short, like video with photos or maybe something for Instagram stories, I use CapCut. It's pretty powerful, honestly, for a mobile app and has all the tools that you would ever need and even some more. Also, sometimes I feel like its compression algorithms are good for TikTok and Instagram, and videos after being edited in CapCut look a bit sharper on social media, so it's something to keep in mind. Things get progressively more interesting when we go from editors to applications to actually shoot content with, but here I would probably disappoint most of the people that are watching these videos and say that 90% of the time I use my stock camera app for video, photo, time lapses and all the other stuff that you can do with it. In terms of settings, I usually shoot with ProRAW 84 megapixels on and 4K 30 fps, and that's just my day-to-day setup. For complicated situations, when AI algorithms of deep fusion and other technologies that Apple invented destroy your photos, there are applications like Halide that contain process zero mode, which absolutely beautifully removes all the magic from your photos. Sounds a bit brutal, but it actually is amazing because it turns your phone into a real camera. Photos with process zero are sharper, less HDR-y and a little bit more natural. The problem is we are so used to just pressing a button and getting a perfect or semi-perfect picture from your stock camera that sometimes it can be difficult to shoot with Halide process zero, because in situations like low light or maybe too harsh of a sun, it can give you unexpected results, which is a part of charm. However, I must say that there are some photos that I wouldn't otherwise shoot if I didn't have Halide, because I know that otherwise my phone would destroy these pictures with algorithms that couldn't figure out what to do. If Halide Process Zero is a bit much for you, I advise you to use ProCamera, which is a nice app that has punchy colors, more contrast in comparison with the main camera, but it's not quite there with all the removal of post-processing as Halide. It sits somewhere in between in terms of pictures you get. I usually use ProCamera for situations when I want to just shoot something and post it right away without editing, because sometimes I find that there is not enough information in RAW files from ProCamera, but anyway, I like the contrasty look, the ability to turn off HDR for good, and sometimes I use this app too. Probably my favorite tool from all these mentioned in this video is Kino. It's an app for video from the developers of Halide, and it's just brilliant and looks cool. I should probably mention that I have 128GB iPhone, and by Apple standards it's not enough to shoot 4K log video. But I disagree. I have a lot of storage available, and I know you probably write in the comment that 128 is impossible to use in 2024. I disagree strongly. And thanks to Kino, I can now shoot 4K 24fps log video without any problems on my iPhone 15 Pro and apply baked-in LUTs that look really amazing. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I use DaVinci to edit my videos, but anyway, it's a great tool to have. Also, Kino was released pretty recently, around a couple of months ago, and it's constantly developing, fixing bugs, and adding new features, which I also really like. That's it. If you have any questions, drop down a comment below, and see you in the next one.